I just made $100 profit in 1 hour, and in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to find products, what products to avoid, how to get ungated, and how to find products that no one else is looking for. And if you stay to the end, I'm gonna give you some serious free information on the fastest way to start making sales as a beginner. All right, so we're about to hit the Marshalls right here. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit any kind of discount stores, any place you can find potentially cheap items to sell on Amazon. We're gonna use the SellerAmp app. Let's go see what we can find. So once you're in the stores, you want to kind of look for like bigger name brands. I like checking out beauty products. So I'm just going to whip out the app. We're going to scan the barcodes here. So as I'm scanning here, I'm usually going to be looking for items that sell for like double what they're selling for in store. So this one's like $8. So I'm looking to scan this and see that it says like 16 bucks or so. So like on this one right here, we can see it's going for like $12.75. It does sell though. It's over 100 sales a month. We're just not quite profitable. So we're going to keep scanning. All right, so this shampoo right here is 10 bucks on clearance. When I scan it with the SellerAmp app, I can see it comes up and we're working with about $24 item. So if we plug in our cost right here, we're doing $9.99. That's gonna mean $5 profit. Looks like it sells over 700 times a month as well. So there's 4 of these on the shelf, so that's 20 bucks. Usually when you're scanning in the store, sometimes you get some weird looks, like people think you work there. I know I got that a ton, but usually the employees are pretty chill with it. And sometimes they'll even help you out. So I'm always honest with what I'm doing in the stores. You know, sometimes I might have some stuff on clearance in the back that they're just trying to get rid of. It's always a win-win, just kind of being open and honest. Yeah, imagine we get kicked out as we're making that piece of content. There's somebody over there. Yeah, so this one right here is, they got it at 15 bucks. Amazon's price is 35 bucks. I noticed it's selling like 16 times a month, so we just kind of talked about that. It's only like a 46% ROI too. Sometimes I'll like break my rules a little bit if it's like crazy product. This is probably not super crazy, but it is 7 bucks profit. You probably wouldn't have too much trouble, but there's quite a few on the shelf here. And this one's also like 7 sales a month. Giovanni's got to get his marketing budget up over here, it looks like. So I'm kind of just going through these stores looking for what catches my eyes, or I'm seeing a lot of name brands. So like you see down this aisle right here, there's a lot of like bath sponges and massagers and that kind of stuff versus stuff like this over here, very kind of big name brand products. You know, Eco Tools is big, Dickinson's, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm drawn to in these stores, and that's where I would recommend you guys focus your efforts as well. Every time you go out to like the retail stores, it's you always have to get a deal. Once you start reselling, like you know what the real prices of things are, and like you know how to stack the right discount codes and all that kind of stuff. We bought like 6 pairs of Nikes on the website the other day, stacking discount codes and all that kind of stuff, paying like 30 bucks a pair. Like I'm not paying reseller prices, but I'll charge them and we'll make our money to buy it on sale. There's a lot of weird products though. Like we made a couple $100 selling like a Babe's wall calendar basically. like a Playboy? Yeah, that kind of vibe, right? But it's super profitable, right? Like you just buy what the data says to buy. This is a winner right here though. So this product right here, they got the price tag at 7 bucks. It's also a clearance sticker. Always be on the lookout for kind of like extra markdowns. So they're selling it for 7. The Amazon price, when we scan the barcode here, it's pulling up at 21 bucks. When we're buying it for 7 bucks, we're making $5.50 profit. So add that to our other 20, we're up to 25 bucks. Hold up, before we watch any further, please hit the subscribe button. Let's jump back into it. Yeah, so a lot of these items, they'll like put like the Marshalls sticker over the barcode there. So like you can like peel it away and that kind of stuff. You can also look it up with the SellerAmp app. If you're like super confident, you can just type in the search bar up on the top and find it that way. Usually I'm only gonna do that on something that's like, you know, really good, hot brand, like the price is way lower, like just kind of going off intuition basically. Here's another winner right here. They got it marked at 3 bucks. When I scan it with the app, selling 75 times a month for 13 bucks. So we're gonna make pretty much a double up on our money if we punch in 3 bucks right there. Yeah, we're making $3.82. We're actually over doubling our money on this. Oops. Leave it in the video that we just trash the shelves. That's the most insane to me when people are making like videos and that type of stuff. Like back in the day, like when I would do used books, people would come into the stores and just trash it. And so like if you just come in and like fix the mess, like same goes at stores like these. Like if you come and fix the mess and you're nice to the employees, like it can turn into some good stuff. Like they would let me into the back room at the thrift stores just because I wasn't a menace versus the other people who were like actually scanning items.
It's a hack to be a nice person.
Yeah. So this one's kind of an interesting item as well. Right now, no one's selling this item. Marshalls has it at $50, and last time it was listed on Amazon, it actually sold for $103. So there are items where, just in case there's no data, look back in the past on the SellerAmp charts, you can see what the price used to be. And so something like this, we may actually be able to sell and have no competition. So for example, on this one right here, if we bought it for 50, sell it for 103, we're making 30 bucks profit on that. A question I get asked all the time is how to sell these big name brand products that we're finding in store. I'm sure you're probably wondering that at this point. So you find this item profitably, go ahead and get it off the shelf, and then also go find some more profitable items on a website or just at break-even pricing. So you can get an invoice in Armor All, for example, and then you're gonna submit that from the online. The reason for that is you need your address on there. So you're just gonna submit that documentation, sell the stuff you're finding cheap in store, and then you're good to go. Yeah, and I got stuck selling books for super long because no one told me what I just told you. So for example, when I wanted to sell Lego, I bought 10 keychains from Lego.com. I also bought a Star Wars Lego keychain, and so I used that one invoice to sell Star Wars, Disney, and Lego products. And I actually ended up taking a loss on that, but it was well worth it because it opened the door to selling tons more profitable products in the future. There's a couple products you want to avoid while you're in the stores as well. This, for example, is something I would always avoid. You got like yogurt, pretzels, that kind of thing. This is going to melt super fast in transport. It's just going to cause some extra headaches. And I actually think like literally this bag actually might be a perfect example of why you don't sell this. They're like all, I don't know if you can see that, but they're all like combined together, right? So that's why I don't like selling those. Another thing you can think about is electronics, super high return rates. And that's another question I get asked all the time. So if you're worried about returns, bump up your profit, just kind of be a little bit pickier and avoid stuff like this. It's going to turn into a glob. Selling food in general is pretty good though, because let's say we're a replenishable product, right? If they really like the item, they're gonna buy it over and over again versus a lot of other categories where they just need it once. The thing you wanna look for when you are selling groceries is look for the multi-packs, right? So when we're scanning these products, make sure you're also checking for 2 packs, 4 packs, 5 packs, because this bag of popcorn, for example, might be selling for $6 by itself, or a 3-pack could be $20, and for some reason people buy it, and that would be profitable. Another question I get asked pretty often is what's like a good minimum ROI to shoot for, a good minimum profit? And usually I say $3 or 35% ROI, but this is a grocery item which you can't return, and we're actually looking at a 27% ROI. Seems like it's selling over 2,000 times a month, split between all the variations too. So we've got 1, 2, and then I think we just have 2 of those on the shelf, but that could be something to kind of go a little bit lower just because there's no returns, no risk in that front. I ain't playing no games, I'm selling them. That's the hook, right? Yeah, I also just moved to Miami, and so I'm here to actually shop as well. So we were looking at some of the most cursed decorations you'll ever see. So in case you were ever in the market for just an absolute weird assortment of cat paintings, they got you at Marshall's too. So you can make $100 or whatever we've made so far. You can also pick up some really weird cat decorations.
Do you like cats?
No, I hate cats. So here's another quick one here. Always check for like the super basics, right? So like pretty boring colored like underwear, that kind of thing here. Sell them for $7. Plug that into SellerAmp. These are selling for $22.30. So we make $4 profit every time they sell. Just like literally right down the aisle from those boxers we found. Here's just kind of like a pack of t-shirts. They want $20 for it. It does break our slow selling rule, but it's one of those high ROI. So we make $20 when we spend $20. We're basically doubling our money. That's worth the risk of a slower seller to me. I usually want to see a 60, 70% ROI or higher. That's what you need right there.
Wait, what are those for?
It's boxers.
What's the target demographic?
I don't know, man. Look at the package. This is super funny. Or, oh, here's the crown jewel right here, boys.
Oh my goodness.
We got the Cheeto underwear. Oh yeah, it says swag on the waistband. I think this is a $1,000 item on Amazon. It has to be.
It's a collectible.
Yeah, it has to be. Let's see. Go ahead. Sorry. I mean, you don't want to be rude to the employees. Yeah. Classic example, get out of the way. You're being obnoxious. We're being obnoxious with the camera in their store. They're being nice. Some super limited time opportunity stuff would be toys. Like I said, it's kind of the peak of toy season right now in December. So I'm always gonna be on the lookout for stuff like this. We can buy it, list it as a merchant fulfilled. So we're instead of shipping to Amazon, we're gonna ship direct to the customer, capture the highest prices of the year in a category that's very, very giftable. A lot of people when they're selling toys, they make the mistake of buying something and then assuming that the price will go up. I wouldn't recommend that if you're a new seller. Only buy things that are profitable right now. Yeah, and a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that these toys, like as soon as you get out of Christmas, it's not gonna be good, or backpacks in August. Whenever you're buying items, just make sure it's something that's always gonna be selling. Like I don't like Christmas lights, but I'll sell toys all day long. They'll keep selling, maybe not as profitably, but I'll still be able to get my money back. So when you're selling toys, it's always a good idea to keep in mind the kind of popular trends. So I'm seeing Sonic here, right? Sonic movie came out a couple years ago, and as I'm scanning these products, they're not quite as popular as they used to be. We saw the same thing with like the Barbie movie. So it's a good idea. Just pay attention to like the big popular movies, see if any of the IP lines up. You know, you got a Hot Wheels movie that's announced already. There's gonna be a big spike in Hot Wheels when that comes out. Perfect example of seasonal items here, right? So this Barbie, it's a very giftable toy. We're headed into the holidays. Selling for $13 here. On Amazon, the price is about $33. So if we plug that in over here, 13 bucks. We're gonna be making about $6.50 profit on this item. Is that the same girl? Yeah. And I also noticed that there are 2 more just like it on the shelf. So that's another 15 bucks in profit. I did notice that, like I was saying, 30 sales a month, it says 23 right here. But since it's Christmas, it's the holidays, this is something I wouldn't be super worried about. So actually, wait, come around here. There's 2 more. Yeah. So we came around a little bit too, and I found 2 more of these. But one of these boxes, you see it's all dinged up in the corner right there. I wouldn't recommend selling stuff like that on Amazon. Amazon customers are usually really picky when to provide a brand new product, so I would stay away from this. We found 5 of them here. It's a very Christmas-centric item since it is a toy, so I would recommend taking this home, listing it Merchant Fulfill literally today, and you can probably have it sold by the end of the day.
All right, I don't need any more scanning. I just want to walk.
Yeah, I was just like, I gotta get it.
Yeah, you're right. It's for the love of the game now.
Doing like,
it's for the love of the hustle. You can't resist.
And as promised, I'm gonna go ahead and break down how to make your first sales as soon as possible. So here's your quick 3 steps. Step 1 is gonna be to go ahead and get those items listed via merchant fulfillment on Amazon. So a lot of times sellers will ship it off to Amazon. You want the proof of concept as fast as possible though. And so you wanna do FBM, merchant fulfillment, where you're buying it directly through Amazon Seller Central. As soon as the customers buy it, you're gonna ship it off to them. The second thing you wanna set up is called 0-day handling time. Within FBM, where you're shipping directly to customer, you're gonna be able to make way more sales if you shorten your handling time. Amazon's algorithm really likes sellers who can get items to customers as fast as possible. The third thing you want to do is go ahead and set your price at the buy box price. This is a huge misconception a lot of new sellers have. On the Amazon listing, set your price at the add to cart button. Do not set it at the lowest price. You'd be shocked how many times you can sell your item well above what other sellers are charging just based on being in stock right away. And as an extra bonus, go ahead and click the link down below if you want a 2-week free trial of SellerAmp, the tool we've been using all day to find products.